But about the interior defense, we got to bring up Everson Griffen. The Packers are one of the teams that had mutual interest with Everson Griffen in a signing, and I was all on board for it. I didn't know what the price was going to look like, but I was like, hey, this could really help the interior defense. But he ends up going to the Dallas Cowboys with my boy Mike McCarthy, which I did predict, and I still predict the Dallas Cowboys will either win or see a Super Bowl in the next 3 or 4 years because I believe in Mike McCarthy. I think he just needed a fresh start and needed to take a step back for a while. But Colton, what are your thoughts on the Everson Griffen going to the Cowboys, and how do you feel about the Vikings defensive line?
First of all, Everson Griffen will be an all-time fan favorite of any Minnesota Viking. I don't care if the man, even if the man went to the Packers, I still think a lot of Vikings fans would still have a deep love for this guy. But I'm going to touch on the Cowboys for a second, then I'll get back to the Vikings. You are absolutely right when you say that the Cowboys are a dark horse Super Bowl team. They really are, especially now with the addition of Griffen, who I think you didn't just see a rejuvenated Griffen. You saw a Griffen that had a deeper appreciation for the game this last year. You know, coming out, he had some mental health issues, and sometimes as football, in terms of pressure, in terms of all the things that football players go through, there's a lot of things that can get out of context pretty quickly. So I think it was really cool for him to see him come back this year and not only just play the game like he does, but play it with the joy and appreciation that I don't believe he had before. Listen, Everson Griffen is a game changer, and the Cowboys, Jerry Jones went out and got something that he absolutely needed. That was a premier pass rusher, and that is exactly what Everson Griffen does. Ever since this man came out at USC, I was so excited. I was thinking, okay, we have Jared Allen, who's a for sure Hall of Famer. Obviously, Griffen's not going to get a ton of playing time behind him, but you still saw Griffen contribute, get 3 sacks, 8 sacks. Like, he was still a guy that you were like, wow, this guy, once Jared Allen leaves, I think we have his replacement. And a lot of people thought that the Vikings were crazy when they signed Everson Griffen to what was a $40 million contract, 4 or 5 year deal. They were like, "What? This guy has never started a full season. Obviously, has been in Jared Allen's shadow for the first couple of years of his career." It was something that a lot of people questioned. I, on the other hand, I knew this guy. Okay, he could run. He was a 4'4" guy. He was at 270 pounds, 6'3", guy that could big size, but he was a solid 273 pounds. So I remember thinking, okay. This guy's going to be a game changer, and that's exactly what he was. So in terms of what he's going to bring to the Cowboys and getting back to the Cowboys here, I think that the Cowboys didn't just get a premier pass rusher; they got a leader. And I think especially when you take as relatively young as a team that the Cowboys are, when you get a guy that's has been to an NFC Championship game, that has been in the playoffs a couple of years, that has consistently been a leader on a strong, and in most cases, a top 10 defense. I think that the Cowboys got themselves not only just a premier pass rusher, but an incredible leader that is going to take that defense to the next level.